Hi everyone, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. Chris here, aka Big Will, and today we have two games for you. The first being a massive one against league leaders Scarborough Athletic, and we follow it up with an away game against Leamington. As you can see from the league table, we're still in quite reasonable form. We're sat in 5th place at the moment in the league on 38 points. Big game this against the league leaders. We're only 4 points behind them, so this could potentially propel us into a little bit of a fight for the title. Obviously, it's still very early days in the campaign. Obviously, we're just about getting toward the halfway point, but from a general perspective, things are going to be quite tight, I think, as we move forward. Since you were last with us, we've been a little bit hit and miss. Obviously, we had that massive FA Cup tie last time out against Halifax, and we just missed out on that. Form has been a little bit here and there. We've had a couple of really heavy defeats. A 5-1 defeat away against Chester followed that FA Cup defeat, and to be honest, my first initial thoughts were, oh, we've got a bit of a hangover from the FA Cup games, and things could go quite badly. But we did rotate the side a little bit, and we did get very heavily beaten. But we followed it up with a good 2-1 win at home against Macclesfield. We suffered a 2-1 defeat at home to Oxford City following that, and then a 2-1 win away against Fylde. We've had a decent run in November with a 1-0 win at home to Marine, a 1-0 win away against St Albans City. We rotated the whole team for the FA Trophy game against AFC Fylde and lost 5-1. Again, I wasn't too concerned about the FA Trophy. The league is going to be our sole focus now. But there was a good moment in that our young striker Blackwell managed to score his first ever professional goal. A 2-0 win at home against Radcliffe and a 1-0 draw last time out against Darlington away. So form is quite reasonable. I'm quite happy with the way the season's going. We're still in with a chance of being in a fight for promotion this season. And it has been a little bit of time since I recorded the last video. I do record a little bit in advance. So I've just done a big update with the game and everything like that as well. So hopefully everything will still continue in the same fashion as when we left it. So we go into this game against Scarborough. Hopefully, with the good run of form that we've got behind us at the moment, we can continue doing what we're doing. Crook is in goal today with Hughes, Bakari, Bruder and Lindsay at the back. Weston and Richardson in that holding midfield role with Sharp and Emerson out wide, Spencer and Tony Weston as our strike pairing. So, again, hopefully, we can continue doing what we're doing at the moment, which is just maintain our form. If we can be within a fight for the playoffs, even, I think that that is a win-win situation. The board, again, just wanted us to finish around the mid-table / top half. But if we can continue to defy expectations, I think it will certainly give us a good option going forward. I keep asking for coaching badges and such as well. We've completed the National C license, but obviously we had the takeover in the summer and the board are still reserving judgment on my tenure here at the moment since their takeover. So they're continuing to not help me progress as things stand, which is a little bit frustrating, to be quite honest. But, I've got to, it is what it is. We can't do any more than that. And then obviously, it is Sunday League to Champions League. We've got to be thinking, obviously, this is our second season in charge, and we do want to progress. But obviously, in terms of the natural progression, a National League club, potentially even a League Two club, will be really nice for us to go into at this stage. But obviously, it's going to be one of those things. If we don't get the coaching badges, we're not going to get that support. And that is a really well worked goal there. Emerson with phenomenal work down this left hand side, and he lays it on a plate for Spencer, who, again, he's been in reasonable form despite the fact that he is getting on a little bit now. He's done really well for us. But that's a lovely delivery into the penalty area from Emerson and Spencer managing to get in onto it very, very. I say very, very quickly, considering he's only got a pace of 5. I thought he'd be stood still somewhere in the centre circle still, but there. A good start. 1-0 we lead against the league leaders, and hopefully we can build on that. Really good delivery and run there from Emerson on that left-hand side as well. Really impressed with that. Let's see if we can push on as the half goes on. Flitney with the delivery forward, and Colville has beaten Lindsay to the ball, to the punch there, and Lindsay just couldn't get to it, and that's a good save in the end from Crook at his near post. Really well worked move down the right-hand side for Scarborough, but a little bit poor in my opinion from Lindsay. He needs to be a little bit sharper on that left-hand side. Pretty even game. Looking at the match stats there, we have created a few more opportunities, but in terms of shots on target and such, it is quite similar. Sharp just exchanging with Hughes there. Spencer trying to hold it up, but he's been closed down immediately by Traore. And Scarborough looking to build down this left-hand side. It's coming to Green here. We've not put a challenge in again, and it's poor defensively, really. Connor Jennings with the goal. And Scarborough find themselves level. It's not ideal. Again, I mean, the defender was worried about the cross there, but instead of trying to put a challenge in, he just put his hands behind his back and tried to stand him up, and it just didn't work. Positionally, that was very poor from Bakari, and it is now one apiece. And to be fair, both sides were standout performers at the moment. Obviously, Green with the assist for Jennings, but Traore linking up the play from that as well, which has boosted his rating for Scarborough. Emerson and Spencer, of course, making the goal for us, and we've not had anything stand out from our perspective since that goal. And Scarborough just starting to edge the game. They just had a little bit more of the ball, a few more attempts at goal, and just need to try and G the lads up a little bit, ready for this second half. I'd be quite happy to take a point, to be honest. I mean, Scarborough are league leaders for a reason. They're in good form themselves, and the league is still very, very tight at the moment. So I'm not counting any chickens at the minute. We're just trying to keep up the pressure and keep our good form going. And if we can get a point here today, I'd be quite happy, to be honest. It's going to be a very tough game either way. Got tackle from Richardson there. Charlie Weston into Spencer. Holds it up well. Finds Emerson down the left-hand side. Plays it into Richardson. Good run forward from him. And he's got to be putting the ball in there, but it's come for Emerson anyway. And Emerson manages to make it 2-1. And it was good work from Richardson down the left-hand side, really, but he's got to be cutting the ball back. I mean, you look at where he's got possession here. Weston free in the centre of the penalty area, and he didn't play it in. And to be honest, that could have been the chance gone, but no one picked up Emerson, luckily, and he's finished it very, very well. And we retake the lead here. And again, overall performance-wise, I'm not too disheartened. Scarborough have had more attempts on target, but the game is very even at the moment. We are certainly building our momentum at the minute, and yeah, following the FA Cup tie, it was a bit of a heartbreak moment. We wanted to get through to the first round of the FA Cup, and we just couldn't quite make it. But it was a tough game, and we certainly gave Halifax a good run for their money. So I'm relatively pleased with that. And the form since has been pretty good. Yes, we've lost a couple of games, but you're not going to be perfect at this level. And Freeman here with a throw on the right-hand side. Emerson heads it clear, but it's only as far as Freeman again. That's a really good cross, and it fell for Green, and it comes back off the post, but the referee's assistance flag has gone up for offside, which didn't look like it to me, realistically, but we'll certainly take it. 10 minutes to go. Brown with the throw. Sharp into Weston. We have got players struggling for fitness here, and I'm not enthralled with the game at the minute. I completely forgot about substitutions. We'll just pause there for a moment. Lindsay really struggling for fitness, so Eze Nolim can come on for him. Charlie Weston struggling, so Songo, the experience of Songo could be vital at this stage, and Malachi Sharp is struggling as well, so Pavey can come on for him. Tony Weston's had a bit of a poor game, so Esong can come on up front as well. We'll leave the last substitute for now, and hopefully we can just see the game out from there. Obviously, it's a bit of a risk with 10 minutes to go to make 4 changes, but I'm hopeful that we can just see the game out. That's a great pass from Spencer, and Tony Weston is in. Chance to get the goal, and that's a good bit of defending in the end from Scarborough to get the block on that as the substitutes take place. Emerson with the delivery and cleared by Goss. Colville couldn't get there. Esong does well to pick it up. Needs support. Finds Songo. Back to Hughes, and now Bakari. Our defensive line's so high there. And Bruder's ball forward. Couldn't get it in. Pavey into Spencer. He's got support in the penalty area, and it's clipped the post. The ball in, took a deflection. I'm not too sure if it was a shot or not, but it took a deflection and clips the far post as Bakari wins the header and finds Ezenolim. But again, very good performance. We're creating plenty of opportunities. It's just having that clinical finishing. And at the moment, we're just edging it. Emerson with a corner. Are we going to actually score from a corner? It's not something I've seen too often. I do watch other FM YouTubers and such as well, and they've struggled to get corners to be even slightly efficient in their saves as well. But it is something that I am playing around with at times. Emerson again with another set piece, swings it in. And again, it's Songo that's trying to get there. And I believe we've been given a penalty here. Quinn, I just read at the bottom there, handballed. So we've got a big opportunity here to secure a massive 3 points. And Spencer does score the penalty at first. He went down the middle and Whitley didn't move. I thought it was just going to be caught then, which is always an embarrassing penalty. But he's had a good run from the penalty spot, Spencer, and that has continued today. 3-1, and this is a really big 3 points from our point of view. And again, a very good performance. We're keeping the momentum going. And I genuinely think this squad is good enough. I honestly believe that we could, if we can keep this up at least, we could put in a really good fight for automatic promotion this year. But it's just keeping that consistency. Songo to Bruder, now Ezenolim. Into Songo, now Emerson. Coming down the left-hand side, plays it forward. Richardson again breaking from that midfield. Chance to get it into the penalty area. He's still going. It's cleared away, but Pavey is there. And he took a deflection right into where the keeper was. And in the end, it remains 3-1 with a couple of minutes to go. Jennings almost won that header there. We could have been in trouble there if he'd have won that. But that is a brilliant 3 points from our perspective. 3-1 win. Spencer on the score sheet twice with Emerson getting the goal in between of that. Solid performances throughout. Richardson with an assist, so a good rating for him. And Bruder defensively again with a really good defensive display. Really happy with that result. And again, it's just a case of trying to build that momentum. And overall, I'm very, very pleased with that. That is a really good result. It puts us within a point of Scarborough and Darlington. To be quite honest, if I'd have realised Darlington were as high as they were, I'd have shown you that game as well. I hadn't realised that, but we got the draw against them previous to this match. So, not bad at all, in my opinion. And we have a home game, sorry, it's the away game coming up in just a couple of days against Leamington. So there's a chance that we may end up having to rotate, but we'll see how the fitness levels are ready for that game. So bear with me, we'll come back for that one, and hopefully the winning spell will continue. All right, then here we go for the game away against Leamington. Again, hoping for a good result. Tony Weston did get a slight knock in that previous match, so Esong is going to replace him up front today just to give him that necessary rest time. Other than that, fitness isn't horrific, to be quite honest. We're not looking too bad. Um, so we're going to keep the squad largely as it was for that game against Scarborough. It's just Esong is coming in up front. Big opportunity for him today. Let's see if he can take it. He's not had too many opportunities. He has managed to score a couple of goals for us this season. But again, it's just not quite happened for him so far. Ash Friedman is coming into the squad today. He is a youngster. He's in the youth team at the moment. He's nothing special, but he is potentially going to get an opportunity today. We'll just see how things go. Obviously, at this level, we've got nothing to lose really in relation to sorting out youngsters and giving them a little bit of game time. That's why Blackwell and Crooks have had some decent game time. Chris Crooks is on the bench. He has been attracting interest, incidentally, from the likes of Bolton recently. But his valuation isn't really an awful lot as things stand. So the likelihood of us actually getting an awful lot for him is quite minimal. We'll tell the lads just to keep doing what they're doing. Realistically, we don't have any issues with performance quality at the moment. Let's see if we can keep the momentum going. Hughes down this right-hand side to Sharp, lays it back to the defender, and I've got a feeling this could already be one of those starting highlights, which it is. I don't know why they put the kickoffs necessarily in a highlight. when you've got the key highlights turned on, because let's be honest, 99 times out of 100, nothing's going to happen from it. Here is Lindsay into Richardson. Well played into Emerson. Back to Lindsay. Emerson. Nice quick passing down that left-hand side at the moment. Richardson lofts it over the top. Emerson does get there. He's got an opportunity to lay it back, but he's cut inside superbly past his man. Still going here, Emerson. He needs support. He's gone for goal in the end. And, I mean, it was a very crowded penalty area. If he'd have driven it in like is, it would have been cleared. But realistically, even with the space that he had there, he should be hitting the target. Charlie Weston here with a corner. Swung into the centre of the penalty area. Perry with the clearance. Bakare picks it up. Finds Weston again. Swings it to the far post. And Sharp is there. And it's off the woodwork. I mean, he was completely unmarked arriving at that far post. And he did really well with the header. The keeper was beating all ends up. But the crossbar, unfortunately, getting in our way. Again, really positive start to the game. It's just a case of keeping that momentum, as I've said before. Crowther with the throw. Farmer completely free on the edge of the area, and he's hit the crossbar now. Isong with some form of a clearance. He didn't really get enough onto it, and Leamington looked to build again as the ball gets played in, and that looked like a recipe for disaster. I'm glad the highlight finished where it did, because the keeper came charging out to the edge of his area there with their attacker and our defender in the middle of it all. So it remains 0-0, both sides creating good opportunities and hitting the woodwork. We're just about edging the game, but I think we just need to find a way to get that goal. But at the minute, in terms of marking from these throw-ins, we're very much leaving them quite a way open. And Owen Farmer looking to get the shot away, and luckily it takes a deflection, and it is straight into the hands of our keeper, Crook. Just keeping a hold for now and rolls it out to Bakari. Why are we playing it short? We've got the target man up there for a reason. Crowther again with this long throw in. Farmer nods it on. Weston manages to get it clear. Spencer using what little pace he has to get there, and he's doing really well, in fact, here. Didn't have a lot of support, but Esong gets onto it. And now Emerson looks to get past his man. Really good stuff from Emerson. Plays it in, and Esong somehow unable to find the back of the net. It's a really good save from the keeper. Point blank range. I mean, it's probably just good positioning, really, from the keeper. Esong probably thought he just has to hit the target. And unfortunately, we just couldn't get the ball into the back of the net. And as we approach half-time, again, it's been a very good performance from our perspective. I'm a little bit concerned about their long throws, though. We're not marking up particularly efficiently from that at the minute. So it could be something that we need to address in the second half. I'll tell the lads that we need to pick it up a little bit. But a couple of good performances. Oh, Emerson again, really running the show on that left-hand side. And Crook has done really well in goal as well, incidentally, as well. But Emerson, again, so far putting in his man-of-the-match style performance. Certainly can't be unhappy with the way that we're playing. And again, it's just a little bit of fine-tuning. Obviously, Sharp missed that opportunity in the first half, which is why his match rating is a little bit low at 6.3 at the minute, because it was a big, big chance. And Esong, good control from him, gets into the penalty area, chance to get it in, and it's a really good effort. He tried to fire it into the top part of the goal there, but I think the keeper managed to get a touch on it and tip it over the bar, and it remains 0-0. And again, we're just lacking that killer instinct up front. We've tried with a couple of different strikers, but it's just not quite there. I mean, Spencer's been superb, as has Tony Weston at times, but it's just getting that regular goal scorer in there as things sit. We're just going to pause there for a minute. Isong, I mean, he's not really done any running either. I mean, Spencer looks absolutely shattered. We're going to get Blackwell on up front, give him another opportunity. Malachi Sharp, he's absolutely shattered, so Palmer can come onto that right-hand side for him. Ezanolim can come on at left back, and Weston is again going to come off for Songo. And our right back is absolutely shattered as well, but we don't have that other option on the bench. To be fair, we'll get Crooks on and move Bakari out to right back. I think that'll probably be the best way of doing it. Get some fresh legs on and see if the changes can make any difference. Again, it's not ideal that I'm making all the substitutes at the same time. It can disjoint the performance a little bit, but hopefully we should be okay. Bruder did well to hold on to possession, but he's finally ended up being caught out, and I was a bit afraid of that while he was stood there with it. And Treverson Plays it to Burton, who plays it forward to Perry, and here comes the goal potentially. Crook with the save, and in the end, it's out for a corner. It takes a deflection on its way through, and we do very much get away with that. Crook just about managing to keep that one out, and with 15 minutes to go, obviously we're only 2 days after that massive result against Scarborough as well. 3 days, actually, in fact, but if we can get another win here, that's a good delivery over the top. And Blackwell picks it up, plays it back to Emerson. Into the youngster Blackwell, he tried to curl it and it's been cleared. Richardson into Ezanolim. What a lovely delivery. Oh my word. You can tell Palmer doesn't get many headed opportunities, can't you? What a lovely crossing that was from Ezanolim, and the header completely spooned from Palmer on that right hand side over the crossbar. And it remains 0-0. And again, we should have won the game. Look at the number of chances we've created. 22 attempts at goal, 12 on target, 60% possession, nearly, well, 60% borderline possession as well. It's just not quite happened for us in front of goal today. Again, I'm not unhappy with the performance. It's another good result with the clean sheet. And again, I'm happy with the performance. We just couldn't find the back of the net. And yeah, a little bit of a disappointment, but it is what it is. And we try and build for the next fixture now and go from there. I will have a look and see where we're looking for coming back for the next matches as well. In terms of the overall fixture schedule, it's not too packed actually in December, which does surprise me a little bit. There's only 3 more games to be played in December. So I think what we'll do, we'll push through a little bit. We'll probably come back at the start of February for Alfreton and Hemel Hempstead. And hopefully the good form will continue, as I mentioned before. But to be fair, what's the overall league table looking like? See if there's anything coming up. Come on, Chris, where are you? That's where we are. I mean, Alfreton currently sat in 9th place, Hemel Hempstead 15th. I think all the games coming up are in and around the teams that are a little bit lower down. I mean, Leamington, they won their previous match, but previous to that, they were losing matches hand over fist. So that's to be fair, it's a good point still, but it's a poor one to not have won, considering their current run of form. They've only won 3 games this season, but they have drawn quite a few matches. So yeah, we'll probably do that then. We'll come back for Alfreton and Hemel Hempstead, and in the following 8 games to come, hopefully our good form will continue. So until then, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.